Dear Future Me, Diary Entry, June 20th, 2026. Last week, when I was reviewing my performance at the festival, one of the things that I didn't do, and I'd planned to do, but somehow it escaped me, was to talk a bit about timing. And so that's my emphasis for this week's diary entry. So what do I mean by timing? I mean the kind of beats per minute, the pace at which the song plays out. As a writer, personally, I don't pick a beats per minute pattern. It kind of falls in line with the strumming pattern or the kind of sense of rhythm of the pieces I'm playing. So this week I've sat down and I've gone through some of the songs that I've written and that I play and have kind of recorded what the beats per minute are. And I've used MobileSheets, that's the app that I've looked at a few weeks ago, and we'll have a look at MobileSheets in a minute. But first off, Metronomes. There are several types. You've seen one of the older types at the beginning of the video. This is a more digital version of a Korg. I'm pretty certain that all of you know what a metronome is. I just wanted you to have a sense of how I'm using it while I'm really trying to deal with the sense of rhythm. Now, performing live, the adrenaline, all the other things that are going on, it can be quite difficult to keep to the beats per minute, to the click track, to the pace of a song. And one of the things about the festival gig that happened was that a couple of the songs were playing either too fast, well, most were playing too fast. And I need to have a better control over that process. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Now, I wasn't trying, but you could see how I started going out of synchronization with the metronome, and that's because I'm not used to playing with a metronome. I've come across quite a few examples of people talking about click tracks and beats per minute. Jeff Lynne of ELO, I think he had a conversation and he was asking when they were setting up to record, are we going to use a click track? And Ringo Starr, the drummer, turned around and said, well, I am the effing click track. So there are people that work with timing and rhythm in quite different ways. Some people are very strict and tight, and others are quite loose. So I'm pretty certain I've read about the Rolling Stones on one or two of their tracks where their beats per minute, their kind of rhythm changes and shifts, and that isn't necessarily a bad thing, but being able to learn the discipline is what I'm trying to do, which is to be able to be a little bit more consistent, and if I want to vary that, then I can. Okay, so let's have a look at MobileSheets. So MobileSheets is offered by Zuber Softs, and they have available macOS, iOS, Android and Windows versions. I'm going to be showing you an Android version running on a 14-inch tablet. So let's just start up the software. We're going in. We arrive at the list of songs. Let's have a look at the set list that I put together for the festival. That would be under Festival 40 for a 40-minute slot. You can see, just for interest's sake, I Got Stripes, Johnny Cash was used as the setting levels and getting things right, and then we kicked off the first song with Take What You Want. So if I click on Take What You Want, we go to the song sheet for that, and you can see on the screen, and you can probably hear that I've got set up now the metronome to play when I'm looking at music. or info for each of the songs that I play. Just as an aside, you can see take what you want. It also sets out where I place the capo, what vocal setting I need, what are the primary percussion instruments that I'm using. And I've recently added, literally this week, just the number of beats per minute that the song really should be playing at. And this one is obviously listed there at 134. There's the visual on the screen as well. Now we can go in and have a look at the settings for that. So if I click at the bottom of the screen, it calls up this panel, click on the picture of the metronome, and then we get the metronome details appearing. But I'm going to turn the metronome off just for the moment. What you can also do is you can go to the cogs at the top left-hand corner of this open window, and it gives you the metronome playback settings, which is really useful, and you can apply those settings across all of the set list that you're using. So in theory, or rather in practice, what I can do when I am using my tablet is set up the set list to give me a click track for each of the songs I'm playing. Thanks for showing up again this week. It is very much appreciated. It helps enormously in terms of my motivation and driving me forward. I hope to see you again. Like and subscribe, do that kind of thing if you want to. Take care. Thanks again. Goodbye.